Hello everyone, Siege Link here, back with the next game of Surreal versus Diesel Weasels. Rax bringing it back a little bit to 2 to 3 games. He has to win 2 more in order to get an all-kill versus Diesel Weasels. And given the standings right now, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty certain that in order to qualify, we have to win the last 2 series, which is Diesel Weasels and then Barbecue next week. We want BBQ. So if we get eliminated here, which is very likely, then we're basically have no chance to make playoffs. We have to get, I think, at least 5-4, and even then, I'm not certain if we can make it. So this is going to be pretty rough. Looking like a PvP. Rex played a PvP at the start, and both players played a little bit sloppy here and there, so we'll see how he plays versus Velious. I don't know how to pronounce that. I am so sorry. I think I'm just gonna call him V, I guess. Vel. Yeah, Vel doesn't really roll off the tongue that well. I'm just gonna call him V. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Velious, I guess. It's a PvP on New Repug, so if it does go to the last map, it will be Port. So spawning in the top right for Surreal, winning 2 games in a row, it is RaxCity. And in the bottom left, the purple Protoss representing Diesel Weasels. I'm gonna try to pronounce his name. Velious. Pretty certain I butchered that heavily, so I'm just gonna call you V, dude. I'm sorry. I just don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. So a bit of an earlier probe scout from V. Probably describe him mostly as the purple Protoss, I think. Get a little bit of an attack going here. Okay then. Yeah. Seeing as we're Surreal and we're supposed to be the cheese clan, I would love to see a pylon block. Or like a gas block or something along those lines. I haven't seen enough of that type of stuff. I mean, look at this. He's the one doing it. This is someone, like the person on Surreal should be the one to do this. Not the person that Surreal's facing. The only difference in build right now is that the purple Protoss going for double gate. And okay, for a second I thought that was a misclick. I thought this was a Cybercore, but it wasn't. I was looking at the production tab wrong. Okay, Rax did scout, okay. Didn't scout the gases, but he did scout the, there, and you can kind of assume the gases, that he has at least one. Tiny 1 pixel, and you actually would have seen that gas. Stargate, proxy Stargate with purple Protoss here. Chrono Boost and double Adept. And purple Protoss isn't going to be making anything here. He's going to be 1 Adept, another Adept, but it's a lot slower than Rax. Rax is going to be done by the time his is halfway done. Which actually won't mean too much because it'll take long enough for them to get across the map that it's not like Rax is going to be able to get into his base before the Adepts pop. Which is actually somewhat bad because of this Stargate, but he is responding properly, getting double Stalker. Classic 2 Adept versus 2 Adept fight. Okay, he's gonna trade his Adepts for Workers here. He's got 2 Stalkers and 2 more on the way. The Oracle should pop out around the time the Stalkers do. Actually, no Chrono Boost, the Oracle's gonna pop out earlier. 2 Stalkers can somewhat push away the Oracle, though. Just at the cost of a few probes, and given the fact that he's killed 6 across the map, I think this should be a somewhat equal trade, if not slightly in favor for V. And oh man, the timing is never, it's just not good for Rax, man. Feels bad, man. And did he even see it? Oh, he saw the pylon, but he didn't react to it. That's a huge misplay here. I mean, why would you go around like that if you're gonna see that and then not go aggressive with it? He is gonna kill this Oracle because it's not being microed, thankfully. And with Void Ray, it looks like he's gonna go for a one base all in. And I've got to give the edge to Rax here. He lost the Oracle for pretty much nothing. He's not controlling the Adept, and he's gonna lose that too. And he's gotten a Robo on the way. He's already got 4 Stalkers, and he's lost all of his force other than the Stalker warping, the Void Ray here, and 3 Stalkers all the way across the map. In fact, it looks like he's rallying back home. Does he does know about the base, so I feel like that's definitely a misplay here. He's committed to a one base push. He can't just... Okay, he is going to go for a one base push. He has to. There's no option here. Rax is definitely a misplay there. Stay with your shield battery. Shield battery is like the PvP version of siege tanks in PvT. It's like massive home turf advantage. Despite being heavier on economy, he actually has more units, or less economy though. He's not trading too well. He's able to get the Void Ray, and that's a scary unit. I feel like he definitely should pull probes here. But the Void Ray, I feel like you should know that either it's a one base all in or he has one base with no workers on it. Okay, he's just going to concede the natural base. That is somewhat okay. Actually, not really, because he has quite a bit more workers. I feel like repower the shield battery. Just keep warping in, guys. The thing is, he knows where it is. He just didn't go for it. I feel like that's definitely... If Rax loses this game, that was definitely the problem. He saw the pylon, but he didn't go for it. Okay. Okay, he lost the shield battery. He definitely needs to be building shield batteries. When you're facing a one base all in like that, this shield batteries is amazing. Shield batteries will always win you the fight. One player has shield batteries, one player doesn't. Shield battery player will always win. I feel like Rax does not understand that lesson. He's just staying in his base and just conceding the natural. And he doesn't have any scouting. For all he knows, there's a Nexus done on the other side of the map. He's also pylon. I thought Rax had this. It looked like he was reacting perfectly, but not defending the shield battery, overextending. I mean, you can be here and still deal with the Void Rays. And yeah, now he... Okay. Yeah, one of the biggest problems is that he was not mining for a large chunk of time. Because he was playing kind of indecisive. Like, he has been for a lot of games, to be fair. Yeah, V is just juggling him at this point. Rax really has to kind of pick one of these spots and just stay there. Not let him juggle you. Now, it is one base to one base. The one good thing for Rax is that, despite being pretty far behind here, V has foolishly not made a Nexus buy in this. If he had a Nexus buy in this, this would pretty much be like an 80% chance to win. So far, it's about, I would say, 60% chance to win. Maybe 55. The Immortal is good, but not quite going to be good enough. Finally decides to get some shield batteries. This is definitely a bit of a misplay. Don't want to split your units up fully since you know for certain that that's the bait. And he didn't build any extra gates. Okay, luckily for him, he's not going to do that. He did get one gate there. It's a 4-gate all-in here, and I really want to stress this. He's got so much gas in the bank that if he made a Nexus behind this, it would be guaranteed GG right now. Rax is playing too far back, way too far back, is the problem here. He's just giving his opponent way too much when he had equal army supply, and as a result, he's just, you know, letting him get a good force up with Void Rays that he just can't deal with. that's going to be it. RaxCity loses, and Diesel Weasels beats Surreal. At least it wasn't a 4-0. In fact, it's a 4-2, so I'm at least okay with that. But yeah, sloppy games from everyone on my team today. Surprisingly, me and I guess Rax to some extent had probably the least sloppy games. I was really surprised by Heroku because at the start of the season he was playing perfectly, but now he's just getting worse and worse and worse. Like that game, I was just so confused. Like he was making no workers until the mid game. That didn't. He must have thought he had workers and didn't, and he must have like thought he had workers and actually didn't. That's my guess because I've done that a few times with gas. Like I'm like, why am I not getting a gas? But I only had one guy on gas and not three guys. But that'll be it for this series. Not as close as some of my others, but not as one-sided as some of my other series. So that'll be it. I'll see you guys later. GG.